right, I guess we're ready to start our discussion on The Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume.
Okay, so why is there such little discipline from the parents?
Oh, wow, that's a good question.
I don't know, because the mom never corrected Fudge. Like, she let him do whatever she wanted to, or he wanted to do for him.
Right. There's only one time I remember for sure there being discipline, and it's when Fudge scribbled on the poster and like tore it up. And I remember that the mom said she spanked him, and it was like a big deal because Peter was like, "Oh, he's never been spanked" or something like that. But that's the only place.
And
I
then
really
Peter
remember.
got a lock on his door because of it.
Right.
But
The
that
dad-
was because of the dad?
The dad put a lock on his door, yes.
Well, it's like, you know, I was the younger sibling, and so my sister oftentimes felt like I didn't get any discipline, but really I think she just didn't notice it. And this story's told from Peter's point of view, so maybe he just leaves out some of that stuff.
That's a good story.
Because there's two
Yeah.
sides to every story, so yeah, like what from the other
And he's so
perspective.
young, so he takes so much more attention, the little boy, so like it's a lot harder to raise a 2-year-old than
That's a
a
big age.
Right.
Peter
There's a big
That's
age
true.
difference between them too, because he was like 2, turning 3, and Peter was
Was
9.
Peter 9? Okay, I can remember.
So that's a big.
I also think of like the Walmart incidents where you see like people on the news. Maybe they didn't want to be those parents on the news. They beat their child in Walmart parking lot.
I thought it was crazy that the dad, like I know it was somewhat form of discipline that the dad poured the bowl of cereal.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, that's
I was
crazy.
like, my dad did that. I was like,
What was the saying that he said all the time though? What was that expression?
Eat
he
it
used?
or wear it.
Eat it or wear it.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, that was,
fun.
and that's what came of that. Eat it
Yeah.
or wear it.
Yeah.
He didn't wear
And
it.
then he did it at the restaurant.
Yeah, he did. He was flinging the food on the wall. Yeah,
Does he ever wear it?
that's funny.
When the dad made what did he make, omelets or something?
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
like, yeah, they're
Oh,
nasty.
yeah.
And
The
Buzz
Buzz
was like,
liked
eat it or wear it. Shows you how that can backfire.
Came back to him, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
So would your parents let you or a sibling get away with things like Fudge seems to do in the book?
Oh no.
No.
Me neither.
I was pretty clever. You know, I was sneaky. But if I got caught, I definitely got disciplined. But I had to stand in the corner a lot as a child.
Yeah, but I mean, just like the age, like you were saying, like eating under the table.
Under the table.
That would have never flew at my house.
No.
To get to actually and to feed him and let him be a dog, like that would never work.
No.
I used to like to play
Definitely
being a dog when I was little, but not
At the dinner
not during
table?
mealtime.
Yeah,
So,
not
I mean,
during-
I even convinced my dad one time to tie a drunk rope around my neck and take me for a walk, and I'm sure the neighbors. I'm like,
that's
wow,
a good
that's weird.
childhood.
You really can relate to this, can't you?
Connections page is like 3 pages long.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Funny. Well, I found it interesting because for me it seemed like the dad did most of the disciplining, but he's not a very prevalent character in the book, and I'm wondering, why is he not more prevalent? Why do we only see the mom and not so much of the dad? And I thought maybe he's working,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
not really sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's just working a lot.
Yeah,
he's
'cause
in
Maybe
whatever
what
he
the
can be.
setting of the book wanted to set too, you know, when the mom's more likely to stay home and the dads are at work, so, but it seems like he kind of walks all over his mom a little bit, you know.
Well,
Well, maybe he's the baby,
Yeah.
you know, so.
And I was surprised when the mom actually went out of town because I was kind of like, oh, the dad's in charge? Like, and it
Yeah.
didn't seem to be a big deal, but like you're saying, I would have thought it would have been a big deal
Right.
because he wasn't really in the book much.
Exactly.
And there he had him for the whole weekend, so.
Well, it was kind of a crazy, almost disastrous weekend.
Yeah.
though.
Oh man, that was.
And a lot of times, you know, the moms are the primary
Right,
caregivers
right.
in the family, so it's hard for dad to step up.
Yeah, yeah, and then that he let him be in that commercial.
Commercial.
And they didn't tell the
Yeah.
mom. Like, she didn't
I know
even
at the end of
found
the
out
book, it's
like
like,
2 weeks
oh,
later.
that looks like so-and-so on TV.
Yeah, it was 6 months later. It said
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That was weird.
It just slipped his mind.
Yeah, they didn't talk about that weekend. Like, they had a
It seems like she would have
Yeah.
came
I know.
home and said,
What'd
so
you want to do?
what'll happen? Like,
Yeah.
I know something happened. What happened?
What happened? Maybe she
Something
just
always
knew not to ask. Like, okay.
I think
You're
his
also
dad
allowed.
was great to take him to the movies.
I know,
because
I was just
even
thinking about that.
I mean, I have a 3-year-old, and the thought of taking her to a movie, I know something's going to happen. You know, so I'm like, maybe that was a typical behavior, but not to disappear. But you
Maybe
know,
it was because it was the dad and not because like the mom, even though she took him to the restaurant, but the dad's like. He's not so much involved, so maybe he's like, oh, this would just be a way to entertain him for a while.
Well,
Yeah.
the easiest way. The easiest way to entertain.
Yeah.
I don't know, my sister-in-law took my niece to movies, and she was only 2. She was 2 at the time. So,
but she probably
sometimes
said it right on
something
her in her
consider-
lap. You know, you don't just.
I just
say-
pictured
Yeah, don't
Fudge
just
though.
sit
He's crazy.
right here next to
He's
your
throwing
brother.
popcorn. Like I remember throwing popcorn. I'm like, some kids you can do that. Like my oldest and my last one, I could take to the movie, but then I couldn't take
It
them at
just
all.
depends.
No
yeah.
way. He would have
Depends on
been
the
throwing the
child.
popcorn and. Yeah.
Well, one other thing I was curious about, is this book about Peter or is it about Fudge? And I know you mentioned that it's from Peter's point of view, but I wasn't sure who the book is about. Who's that main character? Is it Peter the main character or is Fudge the main character?
It's hard
That's
to
a good
say because
question.
she actually wrote at least one more book about Fudge.
There's 2 more
Two
I know
more.
of. Yeah, Fudge-mania and Super Fudge at least.
So obviously he's the main characters of those, but that's not. I haven't read either one of
Well,
those.
actually, they're both from
But-
Peter's point of view also.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they? And this says Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing, which makes you think it's Peter.
Right.
He's the one in the 4th grade.
But he's always talking about Fudge.
He is always.
I think Fudge is the
I think so. I didn't
Or
know.
maybe
But
he's
from
the
Peter's-
antagonist. Like
Yeah,
It could
Yeah.
be. That's
you
true.
know, and Peter's the protagonist.
Protagonist. But maybe Peter is the main character too, just like you said, telling from his perspective as to what's going on with Fudge, because he feels left out of everything. Like he's this, like you said, it tells of 4th grade nothing. You know, he's left out of everything, and my family is overlooking. I'm important here, you know, in events that are happening. And I mean, just like him getting the commercial. Oh, he's so cute, you know. So
Right.
he
Right,
gets
yeah.
to get the commercial role.
Right, whenever
and-
he
And then
his
all
turtle.
the parents
Oh,
are
yeah, the
you
turtle!
know,
Shit, like it's not. You should be like if I don't know how to eat a turtle, but like you would get in trouble. Like he's like, oh my sweet angel.
I
It's like,
know.
oh.
Rushing him out to the
No.
hospital. But
And
think
the
about
eating a
Peter.
flower too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, let's call the doctor.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, but think about how Peter felt with that turtle, though. I mean, like it. I don't know. I think my mom would have validated my feelings too and said, "Honey, we were going to go to the hospital, but I'm so sorry about the turtle.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
Either we're going to get another
Exactly.
one." And I mean, they bought him that dog and named him Turtle. I thought that was cute,
That's
but
cute.
but I just thought my mom probably still would have stopped and said, "I'm so sorry about the turtle."
Right.
And
Yeah.
although you did this to Fudge, you're in trouble too. You know, I mean, I think it would have went both ways in
I
my
do too.
household.
Yeah, I think
I didn't
so.
like that
Yeah.
part of the book because I was like, Peter got so left out, and I was like, it was his turtle.
It was his
No,
turtle.
how
Well,
do
when
you
he was
imagine
in the
that?
hospital, and he's like, "Is it still some like he wants to
It
know if
just
it's
blew it
alive?"
off.
And they're
Yeah.
looking at him
Yeah.
like,
Why did
you
"Oh,
ask
little
such a
brat."
question?
It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's a valid question. I mean,
That's what I thought. Yeah. Poor
Gonna
kid.
swim out of there.
that makes me sick.
I want to
though.
know how he ate the turtle.
I
mean, I know they
that's
say it was a little
crazy.
turtle,
They
but
said it was
still.
one gulp. He didn't
One
take any
gulp.
bite.
Yeah.
Swallowed whole.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
scary.
I would
And
never-
it's interesting because they said like Mrs. Yarby or Juicia, was it Yarby her last
Yeah.
name?
I think so.
Yeah.
the
And then
neighbor
all the other
person.
women just kind of like adore Fudge, and Peter's
Peter's,
like,
yeah.
you know, here's a book for you.
Oh yeah,
I
the
remember
assistant.
Uh-huh.
Remember the assistant at the
Oh,
place where the
yeah.
dad worked?
Yeah,
She
that's
was kind
right.
of like that too, where she was like, "Oh, I need
Take
cookies."
some goldfish
Oh,
and-
yeah. And, oh yeah, you.
Yeah. Poor kid. But it's from his point of view, so.
Yeah, and then I think Peter got in trouble about that book, didn't he? Because then
Because
Fudge
Fudge
comes
brought
out
out
and
one
like,
that he
with
did
their
on.
written-
"You already,
Same
we already
one.
have that book," and then he got kind of the brunt of it or something. I don't know. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, even the playground event where
Oh,
he
yeah.
thought he was a
Uh-huh.
bird and he could like just jump off the monkey bars
Fly.
or whatever it was. I mean, all this, they're over here trying to decide about their homework and what's going on, and poor Sheila.
Yeah.
And then he jumps off and what, he loses 2 teeth or
Yeah, she was
something.
in front two
And
teeth.
his mom was furious at him. You know, I was
She
Yeah,
yelled
like,
at
like,
him,
snapped
yeah.
at him.
I love Sheila in charge. It was like, no, you made
Her
the decision
fault.
to leave.
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
they
think
did
that's
have
how he, and I think that's how he felt. But and he was like mad at her because mad at the mom because she yelled at him and she said, you know, I'm disgusted with you right
Yes.
now. That's what she said.
Yes.
And like you know, if my parents had said that to me, that would have really crushed me, and that's
Right.
kind of the feeling that you get from
Well,
Peter.
you already know kind of that you're like, oh no. And
Yeah.
then to like have it rubbed in your face.
When really it wasn't
Or
his
his
fault.
fault,
It was Fudge's choice to do it.
Yeah, that's
But like you said, it's written on Peter's side, and I know I've said things that I didn't mean to, and then later I'm like, oh, sorry. And you know, who knows?